Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. CPN-Maoist Center's Central Committee meeting criticizes the work style of the government and its party leaders. Party Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal to furnish answers at today's meeting. Victims of foreign employment scammers express grievances. Rescue of victims of human trafficking difficult. More than 1,400 accused scammers arrested in the past 5 years. Bihar's Chief Minister Nitish Kumar to face a floor test for a 9th time in the Bihar Assembly today. The Assembly also taking up the no-confidence motion against Speaker Abheudaya Chaudhary. And host Nepal bowling first against Canada in the third and final match of the 3-match ODI series. Nepal looking to clean sweep the series with a win today after leading 2-0. Prime Minister and CPN-Maoist Center Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal, who faced strong criticism on the first day of the Central Committee meeting of the party yesterday, is to provide answers at today's meeting. At yesterday's meeting, the central members of the party criticized Dahal, saying that the leadership leading the government had failed to provide justice to the conflict victims, performance of the government was not satisfactory, and the lifestyle of the leaders changed dramatically. On the first day of the Central Committee meeting held at the capital's City Hall yesterday, party leaders said that groupism within the party had flourished through the leadership level itself, with groups criticizing one another and escalating disputes within the party. The party leaders advised the leadership to stop this. At yesterday's meeting, the parties in charge and deputy in charge of all the 7 provinces presented their report on the 4th-month-long transformation campaign and the party's activities and put forth their views. The speakers who put forth their opinions in the meeting yesterday said that the party's 4-month-long transformation campaign has created hope among the public and advised that programs which provide interaction with the people should be organized regularly. Prime Minister and CPN-Maoist Center Chairperson Dahal is scheduled to furnish answers at today's meeting. The Central Committee meeting is being held in preparation for the party's statute convention. Victims of foreign employment scammers have been thronging the office of the Department of Foreign Employment in Kathmandu on a daily basis to put forth their complaints of being swindled by scammers. More than 2,000 laborers leave Nepal for foreign employment on a daily basis. The annual remittance of 1.2 trillion rupees sent by these migrant workers has helped sustain the country's economy. However, these migrant workers have been swindled by scammers at various steps. More than 690 complaints of being cheated by manpower companies have been filed at the Department of Foreign Employment in the past 6 months. According to the complaints filed, the victims have been swindled of more than a total of 138.4 million rupees. The police data shows that 892 cases relating to human trafficking have been filed at courts in the past 5 years. After the establishment of the Human Trafficking Investigating Bureau, 669 victims of human trafficking have been rescued. Out of the case filed by the police against 1,900 individuals accused of human trafficking, 801 are absconding. Meanwhile, Nepal has put forth a proposal to set the minimum wage for Nepalese workers in Gulf countries and Malaysia as it participated at the dialogue between workers sending and receiving countries in Abu Dhabi, UAE. At the ministerial level meeting yesterday, Minister for Labour, Employment and Social Security Sarat Singh Bhandari proposed to set the minimum wage. So far, none of the main destinations for Nepalese workers except for Qatar has set the minimum salaries. Qatar has determined the minimum salary at 1,000 rial. Ministers and high-ranking officials from 21 countries are participating at the Abu Dhabi dialogue. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what should be done to curb corruption and ensure good governance. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
घुस लिनेलाई मात्रै छ हैन अब यो दिनेहरुलाई पनि कारबाहीको दायरामा ल्यायो भने थोरै मात्रामा कमी हुन्छ
कर्मचारीहरु आफैमा नसुध्रिकन र चाहिँ तपाईको चाहिँ नेताहरुको चाहिँ आड भरोसामा ठुलठुला भ्रष्टाचार हुन्छन्
वास्तवमा राजनीतिक हस्तक्षेप गर्नै हुँदैन र कानुनमा सजाय भोग्नुपर्छ सजाय दिनुपर्छ तब मात्रै कडा कानुन कारबाही भयो भने बल भ्रष्टाचार निर्मूल हुन्छ
जहाँसम्म यी जो जति अगाडि देखाउन भएका नेता कार्यकर्ता रहन्छन् त्यहाँसम्म हाम्रो देश बन्दैन।
सुशासनमा लानलाई चाहिँ हाम्रो नगरपालिका मेयर साहब हैन मेयर साहबहरूले धेरै गर्नु भएको छ।
आफू परे पनि नछुट्ने अर्को परे पनि नछुट्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ राजनीतिक दलले एउटा संयन्त्र कडाभन्दा कडा संयन्त्र बनाउनु पर्छ।
नेपोटिजम जुन छ नि जुन हामीले यो देशबाट हटाउनु पर्छ।
स्थानीय स्तरबाटै आवाज उठाउन जरुरी देख्छु।
राज्य सत्ता चाहिँ एकदम निर्मय भएर लाग्नु पर्छ।
कर्मचारी जबसम्म देशमा सुध्रिँदैन तबसम्म भ्रष्टाचारको अन्त्य हुन्छ भन्ने हामीले लागेको छैन।
It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. Why have health technicians not reached the homes of farmers when their pigs are dying from African swine fever daily? Your options are A, disregard by local government, B, complex disease, and C, lack of skilled manpower. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international updates. More than 2 weeks after he joined the National Democratic Alliance NDA and took oath as Bihar Chief Minister for a 9th time, Nitish Kumar is facing a floor test in the Bihar Assembly today. According to the Assembly schedule, the budget session will commence with Governor R.V. Arlekar's address to both houses of the legislature. This will be followed by the Assembly taking up the no-confidence motion against Speaker Awad Bihari Chaudhary. Chaudhary, who is from the RJD, has refused to step down despite calls from the BJP and the JDU and may resign before the motion is introduced. The RJD has dared Nitish to prove his majority before the no-confidence motion against the Speaker is taken up. As things stand now, the NDA claims to have the support of 128 MLAs, 6 more than the halfway mark of 122 in the 243-member Assembly. The BJP has 78 MLAs, the JDU 45, the Hindustani Awam Morcha Secular 4, and 1 independent. The Mahagathbandhan, comprising the RJD, Congress, CPI-ML, Liberation CPI and CPI-M, has 114 MLAs on its side. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu brushed off mounting criticism of plans for a Rafah ground offensive, saying calls not to enter the southern Gazan city are like telling Israel to lose the war. Prime Minister Netanyahu pledged to provide safe passage for civilians, but offered few details. There's a growing chorus of alarm over the operation in Rafah, now home to more than half of Gaza's population, many already displaced from elsewhere in the enclave. Key mediator Qatar warned of a looming humanitarian catastrophe. Meanwhile, Hamas said a Rafah offensive would mean the end of hostage negotiations. A Hamas source said Prime Minister Netanyahu was trying to evade the obligations of the exchange deal. In northern Gaza, residents described total destruction left by Israeli military operations, with some families resorting to drinking toilet water to survive. Fighting has continued sporadically there, despite the focus on the south. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UK are among the growing list of countries to express concern over Israel's plans. Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry warned of very serious repercussions of storming and targeting the city, while the United Arab Emirates warned Israel's plan threatens to cause the loss of more innocent life and exacerbate the humanitarian catastrophe in the Gaza Strip. At least 112 Palestinians have been killed in the past 24 hours, taking the death toll to at least 28,176. At least 67,784 Palestinians have been wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza. The death toll in Israel from the October 7 Hamas attacks stands at 1,139. Top Western officials criticized former U.S. President Donald Trump yesterday after he suggested the U.S. might not protect NATO allies who are not spending enough on defense from a potential Russian invasion. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, in a written statement, said that any suggestion that allies will not defend each other undermines all of NATO's security, including that of the U.S. and puts American and European soldiers at increased risk. Polish Defense Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz also weighed in, commenting NATO's motto, "One for all for one," is a concrete commitment. He remarked, undermining the credibility of allied countries means weakening the entire NATO on social media platform X. EU Council President Charles Michel said Trump's reckless statements on NATO security and Article 5 solidarity provision serve only Russian President Vladimir Putin's interest. Article 5 of the NATO treaty says that an armed attack against an alliance member will be considered an attack against them all, triggering collective self-defense. NATO's 31 members have agreed on a target of spending at least 2% of gross domestic product on defense, but NATO estimates have shown that only 11 are spending that much. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Host Nepal are currently clashing against Canada in the third and final match of the three-match ODI series. In the match being played at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground in Kantipur, Nepal are bowling first after winning the toss. According to a recent update, Canada have scored 103 runs in 28 overs, losing 4 wickets. Team Nepal, led by skipper Rohit Paudel, is aiming to clean sweep the series with a win today after leading 2-0. Nepal had edged past Canada in the first ODI by 7 runs last Thursday and won by 4 wickets in the second match last Saturday. Nepal's preparation for the World Cricket League 2 will be complete after the series with Canada ends today. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.